Hey you guys, welcome to Virgo season. I had to use this Instagram filter because it's so stinking cute and it's my birthday, so I thought I would do something a little bit fun. Anyway, here we have your September pick a card reading. I'm going to be doing the Zodiac sign specific readings like I always do in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that as well. Hope you have an amazing Virgo season. Thank you guys so much for everything. I am truly so grateful for all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thanks. Hi you guys, welcome to the September pick a card reading. Thank you guys again so much for being here. So 4 piles, all right? Feel free to take a moment, feel connected with one pile or the other. We have a Labradorite, clear quartz, amethyst, and a smoky quartz here. So we have kind of some larger crystals. Take a moment to feel which one you resonate with the most. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I will put the timestamps down below like we always do, and I'll also list the cards in order of appearance in the description box too, so in case you're interested in buying any of the decks, that information is available to you. All right, thank you guys so much. Okay, pile number 1, you guys selected the Labradorite, which is one of my favorite crystals. Let's go ahead and dive right in and see what these cards have to say. Okay, the first card we get is a card of Saturn. So September is likely going to be a month of lessons. Yes, we can't always look at the negative side of Saturn. Yes, I know that Saturn has a bad rap for making things hard or challenging or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's because of Saturn that we become as intelligent and as strong as we become. And it's because of those things that we are where we're at. Now, September, being a fellow Earth energy, right? It is hard on itself. It does push itself to limits, especially when we have Mars in there too, right? We've got Mars in there, we've got Venus in there, we'll have Mercury in there too. So there's a lot of exacting qualities that either are going to be taken upon ourselves to make ourselves better and to establish better and healthier habits, or in the unhealthy sense, they'll get projected onto other people. So it's going to be important for you to really monitor yourself, not in a micromanagement kind of way, but in a sense that when you feel a desire to react, like if someone triggers you or tries to pick a fight with you, which I have a feeling is probably going to happen for a lot of us, simply because Virgo season can be really uncomfortable for people who don't have a lot of Virgo in their chart. So it's gonna stir us up, but it's for the betterment of our soul, for the betterment of our lives. We are going to take ourselves to the next level. All right, we're gonna work hard, we're gonna use our minds, we're gonna use our practicality, we're gonna focus on our money, we're gonna focus on our home environment, our spirituality, like kind of everything is on the docket here. Okay, so let's see what comes out with the tarot cards. So we have the 7 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. All right, so a lot of wand energy, which tells me that that Energizer Bunny quality of Virgo is going to really kick in for you. So you'll probably feel like there's stuff worth fighting for, right? It's a relationship worth fighting for. It's a job worth fighting for. It's a circumstance that is worth your time, your energy, and effort. And there are going to be people, like there are going to be naysayers, people that come and say, no, that's not a good thing, or that's not going to be right for you, or here's all the reasons why it shouldn't happen. And you're going to have to really like stand firm and stand true to yourself. And there will be adversarial energy, like I'm not going to lie. But with the quality of Saturn, it's like nothing, because that's what Saturn does. He takes, oh my God, I just love, can we just appreciate how like sexy this Saturn guy is, like a warrior. And we don't often think of we think of Mars more like this, right? But Saturn is also a warrior to an extent. You know, he is majestic, he is royal, and sits firmly in the sky as one of our prominent figureheads. So you are aligning yourself with the divine and not concerning yourself with everybody else's pettiness And in that process, not only will you succeed, but you are going to take yourself very far, very quickly. This is work, work, work. We know that, but work that pays off. It's not like it's just going to be for nothing. It's going to be like, wow, I can't believe I accomplished so much in 30 days. You know, I can't believe I accomplished so much. I can't believe how far I've come. And because of that, I think you kind of set yourself free a little bit. This is a Knight of Cups energy, which is about following your heart, really. There could be someone coming into your life, I'm not going to lie, like let's not take that off the table. If you're interested in a romantic situation, there could be someone that appears. Now, it could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, all right? And there's an emotional security that they provide that September is really gonna, you know, it's gonna make us need that. So, especially when you're in the Saturn space. You likely share traditional values, you know, you likely share common goals. This person, I think, lets the words that are coming to my mind, they let your heart sing. And you're free to be your authentic self, and there's not a lot of judgment here. This person is probably extraordinarily optimistic, maybe even annoyingly so, but after you hit that Eight of Wands, like whoosh, kind of vibe, you're gonna feel a lot better about this Knight of Cups for sure. You're gonna be like, okay, I see why you're so optimistic, you know? So it's kind of a switch over, starting off a little bit adversarial and then moving forward into optimism and celebratory energies. For those of you who are starting new projects, this is just you following your passion and again, success in that regard. So that's very exciting. Okay, so with the Moonology, oh, look, what did I say? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then we have the new moon in Cancer that says you and your loved ones are safe, which tells me that in spite of the perception of obstacles, you're actually not in a risky position at all. Saturn is definitely keeping you safe as well. You are covered energetically, you are protected energetically, which is why this sort of Seven of Wands adversarial stuff is somewhat meaningless and even pointless and kind of a waste of energy. Some of you may be detaching a little bit or going cool on certain people simply because you're like, I just simply don't have the time or the wherewithal to really deal with this in any way, shape, or form. Like, this is so completely against my goals that I'm going to focus on my goals. And you are safe in doing that as well. I feel like your heart is very secure in this space. It's not risky. I mean, it might be risky, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like you're putting everything on the line. It's calculated. It's thought through. And yeah, good things. Oh, look, even this one, protection. Wow, you guys seem to have a lot of divine protection going on. Like, your guides are working overtime. You know why? Because you're probably stepping into some prime, right? You're stepping into something. So you are having to, like, you're needing the energy of your guides and your angels around you. Now, this says call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And what's really standing out to me is call back your power, especially with the kind of muscular nature of the Saturn image here. So when you have calling back your power, it indicates that nothing can shake you, nothing can dethrone you, if you will. No matter what you have to do, no matter what you have to say, you are protected, and that's like a guarantee, you know? It will work out. It will take you to where you must be. So that's a beautiful energy. Next, oh, happy, happy. Okay, that's a good one too. This happens. Okay, so you're probably going to experience September as building into a period of tension and then also a period of release as all of these planets come into opposition with Neptune in like the middle of September, right? So when you have that middle of September release and everything kind of gets undone, it's probably going to feel really, really, really good. You're going to feel more free and just, again, in general, happy, going to feel happy. And I like that this is the number 26. 2 plus 6 is 8, which we have an 8 of Wands right behind it. I love a number 8 because of the infinity shape, connection with the higher divine. Also, the number 8 is a number of movement. So, you know, things are happening. Divine Feminine. Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of... Wow, another card of protection. Safe, protection, protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. You guys, I couldn't plan this better if I tried. Like, there are so many reasons for you to feel safe in making these changes in your life. Cutting those people out, bringing new people in, just kind of, you know, aligning to your truth, because the more and more aligned you get, the more and more protected you are. When you align and you are honoring your divine self, the divine wraps around you in just kind of like this, in this beautiful divine bubble. I am just absolutely thrilled for you guys. So that's very exciting. And then the last card is the Buffalo card. Oh, you guys, this is one of my favorite animal cards of all the animal decks, specifically because of the lightning here, okay? Oh, hold on one second. Sorry, something just popped up on my computer. Okay, so here we have the Buffalo card. Now, yes, challenges and opportunities. Now, the buffalo is this gigantic animal, right? It's huge and it's very well grounded. It's heavy, it's thick, it's dense, very Saturnian in nature, right? It's even kind of awkward in movement, right? It's very slow. So, but like even like you see those videos of like Yellowstone, right? Where these bison are moving through these blizzards. Like there is no obstacle. You're fully grounded, you're so connected to earth, but you are also connected via this lightning bolt here to the divine, which we have indicated both here and here and here. That you are receiving the information so quickly and so rapidly that it truly is obstacle free, right? Because your perception of what an obstacle is apparently is completely getting turned upside down on its head. Like there is no such thing as an obstacle. And there's a uniqueness. Lightning, right? Very connected with Uranus, opposite of Saturn. Uranus is unpredictable, intelligent, fragmented, revolutionary. So while you have the grounding earthy aspects, your spirit is like fully online too at the same time. So there's going to be a lot of both spiritual and earthly progress. Now I'm just repeating myself at this point, but a lot of reasons to be excited. Okay, so hold your breath. It's going to be a great month. It's going to be good things, and know that whatever decisions you make, you are fully protected. Okay? Excellent reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much. Have a good month. Take care. All right, this is for everyone who picked the clear quartz crystal. Let's go ahead and get started with your cards, starting with the card of Cancer. Okay, excellent. Now you could be dealing with a Cancer, or you're just taking on some Cancerian energy, which Cancer and Virgo are similar in terms of the way they protect their emotions. You know, both very sensitive, both very caring, both very warm to the people that they love, but it takes a while to earn the trust of a Cancerian energy. There's protectiveness. You seem to be maybe a little on edge, maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious as we move into the month. You may be feeling a little bit isolated or lonely, perfectly normal for Cancer, or excuse me, for Virgo season. So don't worry too much about that. If you're dealing with a Cancer, okay, or another water sign or someone who has those attributes, it probably would be best not to antagonize them too much, okay? Not to agitate them, because they could, you know, go off quite quickly. They seem to be in their underwater wonder world, experiencing fantasy and dreaming and manifesting things, hopefully for the better, but some people maybe not so much, but hopefully for the better. It might be a good idea for you to offer positivity to anyone around you who you may feel is a little bit blue, okay? If you're feeling a little bit blue, it might be a good idea for you to actively search out optimistic people who won't be overly critical and who are just going to fully accept you for who and what you are. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot cards. So we have the Page of Swords, Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Page of Swords is the communication aspect, all right? It's fun. I don't know, Page of Swords always speaks of fun to me, but it can get in trouble easily. Actually, this Cancer might be kind of seeking some trouble too, not on purpose though. Be careful of any negativity that you're projecting because it's going to manifest quite quickly. Now, the Five of Wands is not bad. It's just we get triggered and people push us and they challenge us and they show us different parts of ourselves. Virgo season, September, it's all about learning, okay? It's a highly student-oriented archetype. So we're learning, and sometimes that process of learning can be a little disruptive. Clearly there's something disruptive that's going to happen, some kind of scuffle or argument or something, but it's going to be important for you to retreat and think about what happened within you, what happened within your heart, what happened within your mind, and where that really came from. All right. I think there's an innocence with all of this. Like you were just trying to have a good time. You were just trying to talk to someone. You were just trying to like open the channel and text and say hello. And again, there's an innocence to it. But I think that innocence is not going to be I think people are going to think that you are being manipulative when in fact you're not. And that in and of itself will be problematic. And so it's going to put you in this position of maybe being a little bit guarded or protective because you're like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't talk to anybody because here we have this whole like nonsense mess that was completely wrong. People completely misinterpreted what I was doing, what I was saying, and I don't have the patience for that in my life right now. So let me just be a little protective. Both of these speak to protectiveness a lot, protecting your energy, your personal space, and only connecting with people that you really trust. So here we have Queen of Swords lastly. So you could be dealing with an air sign, okay? It's a combination of air and water coming through. Queen of Swords representing Libra specifically, but she can also represent Aquarius or Gemini. She's highly intelligent. She has the ability to withhold judgment until it's worth making a judgment about. Whereas this is kind of the opposite of that. This one has elegance and grace and diplomacy. So she knows how to handle herself. She knows how to carry herself with a sense of dignity and honor. It would be best to tap into this within yourself, okay? To not succumb to the temptation. Like, you don't have to justify yourself to anybody. You don't have to... no one has to really like what you do. They don't, it doesn't matter. Their approval is not necessarily relevant. You just need to continue to follow your heart. But you don't need to reciprocate. If they're projecting things onto you, that's their problem and it has nothing to do with you. So I see you not reciprocating, which is really, really healthy. And I see you taking a beat to truly reconsider who you're spending your time with at this moment. Okay, so then we have, a time to give rather than take, a new moon in Virgo. This is not a good time to expect anything from anybody, all right? And it's not a good time to feel badly if you give to someone and they don't reciprocate, all right? It's not a good time to assume anything either. It's about open-mindedness, it's about service, because I think obviously you're a highly valuable individual. You have a lot to give to the people in your space, And it's not necessarily a good use of energy to wallow or to feel badly, and to not feel bad if you made someone else feel bad. Like, that's also their problem too. I see you guys being real tough, actually. Like, real tough, super thick skin, not really getting your feelings hurt. In spite of this Cancerian energy, which can often be like quite sensitive, but I don't know, I see strength coming from it. I see the same honor and dignity that comes from the Queen of Swords as well. And I don't see you basing yourself into this scuffle. Time to give rather than take. It's about applying your talents and applying your gifts in a positive way to make the world a better place. That and only that should be your main focus. Okay, so here we have the Council of Light, divine orchestration and helpers in the subtle realms. I love the word divine orchestration because I often see her as a conductor of an orchestra, almost as though her sword is a baton and she's, you know, conducting the music. So, you guys, the music isn't going to play itself. Right? What do you want your life to be? You have helpers, you have watchers, you have people who are standing right next to you in higher vibrations, and they are your assistants. So what is it that you really want to manifest at this time? What is it that you want the outcome to be? Because if you want a certain outcome, you are going to have to then embody that quality yourself. That's a very important thing, that you take it upon yourself to hold yourself accountable and hold yourself to a higher standard. Not everyone's going to be doing that, and that's, you know, that's the problem. That's why it's so tough, because we know that we can do it ourselves, but we also know that not everyone is along that same line of thinking. So sometimes we feel hindered, but in reality that's not true. It's just a matter of what you allow in and what you will, you know, keep out. Ooh, poised, you guys. What did I say? Grace, elegance, diplomacy, poised. Being poised for new things. Like, you're in position here. There is dignity. Keep your head up. Keep your head proud. Like, because you have so much to be proud of. Don't cast judgments. I'm seeing this card now. I just happened to glance and I saw the word compassion, right? The goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. So your curiosity, not only about yourself, but also about the other person. Now, I'm telling you to keep people out, but if there's someone that you love and, you know, it's your significant other or it's someone that you work with or whatever, it might be a good idea to really get to know them, because the more you get to know them, the more likely you are to understand why they've been so upset. Why have the right give rather than take. Why did they act out? Why did they freak out? Why did they get so angry? And it's not necessarily your job to heal them, okay? But sometimes simply being there is enough. And for some of you, you're going to need to be there. And like I said, you're poised. You're in a position of power here. You have something relevant to give. You have something healthy to give. So take the time to do that, because it's going to pay off for you in karma. Now, don't do it specifically for the good karma, because then that then negates the karma. But you can, like, receive good things from your good deeds, okay? So here we have the Earthworm as the final card. The Earthworm is interesting because it's kind of like a, what did I say? It's like, Virgo is like the student energy. I don't remember if I said that with you guys or group one. But this I often see as a student, or it's someone who's just beginning their path of consciousness, right? They're just coming into the animal realm. They're just kind of understanding, here's a body, here's movement, I can, you know, I can move around at free will, and they're just getting kind of used to it. So now is a time for you to really establish confidence in your talents. Establish confidence in your purpose, right? Your life purpose. You don't need to be intimidated by this situation. You don't need to lose hope by this situation. In fact, I think this situation is something that is a sign that you're on the right track. and your fresh mindset, your kind of newbie mindset is extraordinarily beneficial. There's a grounded energy from this, right? This is connected with earth. So you have water, earth, and air. The emotional intelligence, the mental intelligence, and also just kind of the practicality too. So you have a lot of tools at your disposal to kind of deal with a Five of Wands situation. So you don't have to completely lock yourself in, because maybe there is something to learn here, okay? Maybe there's something to learn about boundaries. Maybe there's something to learn about how to truly be compassionate, right? That's a really hard thing. We talk about it all the time in tarot and spirituality, but it's a really hard thing to do. So I think that that's probably going to be at the front of what September is really all about, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have an excellent month. Take care. All right, group number 3, for those of you who picked Amethyst, let's go ahead and dive into these cards. So the first one out is Aries. Oh, wow, excellent. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or you could be taking on some of those attributes yourself. Now, we're in September, Sun is moving through Virgo, we have Mars, Venus, and eventually Mercury will make his way through Virgo as well. This is about getting things done. This is a cardinal energy here, and I think you are going to feel supercharged, right? Like there's no stopping you. You're going to have this excess amount of wherewithal and passion and drive to just like go get it. There's no patience here, right? Aries is known as being very compulsive and, you know, just like not a lot of patience, but that's going to serve you real well. Because people that don't have patience usually get what they want a lot faster. So whether it is a romantic situation, or whether it is a career goal that you have, or something else, it doesn't matter, because you are full force ahead, right? So you're tapping into the spiritual nature of creation, which is what Aries is all about, like the beginning of the I am. And it's like you're creating a new world for yourself on a daily basis, like boom, 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 boom. This is extreme creationism right here. Okay, so this is really great. So let's see what comes through, okay, with the tarot cards. Now, okay. I feel like I can never get these center. I can never center these properly. All right, so here we go. We have Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords, the Moon, and the Two of Coins. So let me tell you what this Ace of Wands with the Aries energy, I mean, this is like one and of the same. There will be something, a new path, a new endeavor, a new vision, a new dream that kind of either enters into your life in a physical way or into your heart. Something that's undeniable. Your heart all of a sudden is yearning for something, and there's really nothing you can do about it, right? You have a yearning, you have a desire, and now it's really time to go after it. Now, all that being said, I'm going to contradict myself, not on purpose, but because the card sort of led me to a contradiction. So here we have a Nine of Swords pointing at the Aries energy. Some of you actually may be struggling with the Aries energy, okay? Like, for all intents and purposes, you'd rather die than behave in a compulsive way, right? Like the compulsiveness and the action and being aggressive and putting yourself out there and devil may care kind of way, that may really, really scare you a lot, okay? Or you may be dealing with someone who's just like really clumsy with their life, like bulldozer through life, and you're stressing out because of it. Look, there's no reason to be stressed about it. That's one thing you really should know. There's no reason. You are probably confronting a fear right now. Look, I have a feeling you have high expectations for yourself, because that's what September brings out of us, high expectations. It brings the standard to the table, and we are then forced to judge ourselves, right? We all know that Virgo is really judgmental and critical, and it's really dangerous when that gets projected, like when we do it to ourselves, because we all know we're our own worst critic, right? That's how it works. So when you feel like there's this stuff you want to do and yet you're afraid to do it, you could be extra hard on yourself of like, why am I so afraid? Why is this such a problem? I should, and then there can be shame and guilt and fear that kind of permeate and make matters worse. Look, if you're dealing with a fear of something, or if you are having a hard time with someone who's behaving in a way that you really don't agree with and it's bringing out negative emotions in you, first of all, you need to think about what's real. Because these swords, our thoughts, they're not real. They're merely passing by. And when you're so consumed by overwhelming thoughts, it tells me that you have some trapped energy somewhere, and it's most likely coming from the subconscious realm, right? Maybe from childhood, right? Maybe from past lives. There's some memory that has been stored that is now surfacing, and like an Aries, like cannot be extinguished. You have to deal with it, okay? You have to put fear in its place, or you have to learn how to put fear in its place, because fear is a product of something that is not in your present moment, okay, has nothing to do with your present moment, and it's merely a construct. And that wall, it's healthy for us to penetrate that wall or that tough exterior, okay? So you're going to have to really look at yourself, and if this is someone else, okay, there's some external energy around you and they're triggering you, then it's the trigger that you're going to need to pay attention to, because there might be something about that really annoying person that's like I said, a bulldozer through life, like really clumsy, and you're so annoyed by it. But then at the same time, there might be some qualities that need to be brought up in you in order for you to like get your life to wherever you want to go, right? So pay attention to that. The moon brings things up. There might be some secrecy of things going on. This is so Neptunian, okay? I think this represents probably middle of September, before the sun officially enters into Libra, okay? Sun opposes Neptune in Pisces, and there can be a sense that everything we thought and everything that we believed becomes undone. And that's common with Neptune transits, happens 4 times a year, right? When the sun's conjunct, square, opposition, or square again. So we have 4 times a year to affirm to ourselves that we are growing, all right? And that our mind and our thoughts and everything we think might not necessarily be as real as we're giving them credit for. Okay, so it's a matter of putting our thoughts into place. 2 of Coins is a suggestion of something either coming into balance, or you're needing to juggle something. Maybe something is going on with money. You could be afraid to spend at this time. You're really considering what makes the most... Sorry, there's a loud car going by. A loud motorcycle or something. Like what makes the most sense to spend money on? Is it that vacation, or is it saving up for Christmas, or is it doing something else? So while this is kind of like just do it all, this is the more careful part of you. Honestly, I like this. I kind of like the carelessness of this. I'm not saying to be stupid, but I'm also saying that when you're so afraid, it limits you so much, okay? And we're moving in so rapidly into this age of Aquarius that fear, it really doesn't have a place in our life, okay? So what else do we have here? We have a new romantic cycle begins with new moon in Libra. Now, when it says romantic, first of all, it doesn't necessarily mean you with a person, although it can, especially with an Ace of Wands, okay? This is certainly a romantic, sexual, high libido, wanting to attack someone because they're so attractive kind of deal. So there could be something like that going on. And that's absolutely fine, just so long as you are not using that person to balance something out. If you find that they're kind of taking on the attributes of something you wish you had yourself, be careful that you're not fooling yourself and thinking like, oh, we balance ourselves out so well. No, you need to find internal balance before you can really bring in a healthy relationship. Now, if you're feeling a very healthy balance within yourself, as we see with the Two of Coins, and some of you absolutely may be feeling that, that's great. So when new love enters or a new romantic cycle begins, then you're primed, like you're ready for a healthy connection, all right? Something that you can actually build on. Now we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Yeah, like Aries, that's what he does. He's a warrior. That's what he does all day, is he trains for stuff. He trains for battle. So you may feel like you're needing to go into battle with something. Look, you are ready. It is the Age of Light. You are a being of light. So why are you feeling so trapped in the darkness now? I think you've done enough darkness work, right? Enough shadow work that it's going to be time for you to allow the light to shine, because now you know the difference. You know, the Aries is like, I want my light to shine, and it's so unapologetic about it. You don't need to apologize for anything, you guys. All right, just move into it. Ooh, Observer, interesting. So when you're experiencing the Nine of Swords, or you're experiencing this sort of dichotomy, this vacillation between, do I just go after it and do it? Do I just be fearless, or do I think more cautiously? Whatever. All we need to do with an observer nature is observe the fact that that is going on within our own mind. That's it. That's the only thing. Because once we step into the role of the observer, or the witness, or the awareness, all the different words for it, you then truly do step into your power. Okay? The Mother of Believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. You guys, this is a story of absolute self-reliance, right? Even so, the new moon in Libra being about balance, it is about internal balance too. So that goes perfectly with that. I provide heaven and earth for myself. All right? And only until I've created a heaven on earth for myself can I then invite someone into my heaven. If I have all these problems, then all I'm doing by inviting new love is inviting someone into my problems, right? And vice versa. So you are responsible for the joy that you experience in life, all right? Both mentally and emotionally. And I love that this says, I am spiritually and financially abundant, because that's what the Aries wants to feel. It just wants to feel like at the drop of the hat, anything that it needs, the universe will provide. But your practical experience in life has probably taught you otherwise, which shows you why that fear is even present. And maybe, again, past life stuff sort of creeping in for you. So it's time for you to just believe. Believe the things that are helpful. Believe that if you spend that money, that it will just come right back and it's not a problem. Believe that if you take that chance, that it's either going to work out or it's going to direct you to the thing that will work out. Okay? Last but not least, the hawk. Oh my God. With Aries, please, come on. Now, with the hawk, we think of the eyes, right? The predator, eyes flying really high in the sky, being able to see the huge picture, right? The entire field, and also the teeny tiny mouse that's kind of wrestling in the bushes there. So you have the gift of kind of like, I'm seeing almost Sagittarius versus Gemini, and when those both work together, big picture and small picture, you have everything you need. I feel like the wind is about to turn, you know, like there's this curiosity, or like this like winds are shifting, and there could be some message being received, all right? Ace of Wands probably, that shouldn't be taken lightly. Take it seriously. You are probably going to feel your course redirecting, all right? So these Nine of Swords could be something that might hinder you from going with the breeze, right? Going with the flow. All right, Don't be afraid. No reason to be afraid. Things are working out truly in your favor. Take responsibility for creating a heaven on earth within your home, within your emotional state, within your mental state, and you will find that heaven on earth truly does exist. Okay? All right. Thank you guys. Group number 3. Take care. Okay, group number 3, you got, or excuse me, number 4, I'm sorry, you guys picked the Smokey Quartz, which actually this is one of my absolute favorite crystals that I keep by my bed all the time. I absolutely love it. I almost can't even stop touching it when I have it next to me. So here we have the Smokey Quartz. Let's go ahead and pull out the cards. Libra. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Libra is a symbol of balance, working together, teamwork, partnership. There's a quality of discernment and intellect, utilizing the power of judgment to your favor, okay? You may be feeling like you have some choices in front of you that really need to be made, and maybe you are feeling a bit indecisive about them. However, whenever you're feeling indecisive, it's most likely an indication that that maybe neither one is right, that maybe there's a different option that could be coming your way. I feel like this pile is actually weirdly connected to pile number 3. Maybe that's why I said pile number 3 in the beginning, because they actually got Aries out, and here you have Libra, which is opposite, you know? Some of you may be dealing with an Aries or someone of a sign who is opposite from you. So you seem to be really concerned about love and balance and just sort of an ease of life, right? Libra is very fluid. It's, you know, it's cardinal air, so it doesn't like to be restricted in any way, shape, or form. It likes the freedom, it likes to connect, and it likes to bring life into the rooms or into the groups that it participates in. So there's a desire of creation that comes through here. Queen of Wands. I think some of you have some really good ideas. Wow, a lot of money stuff, my goodness. Some of you have a lot of potential in your projects that you've got going on. Look, when you feel unsettled with something, like when you feel like you've worked really hard and you've only gotten so far, you're gonna have a conversation with yourself that's like, you know what? I either need to change the way I'm doing it, right? She's very entrepreneurial. She's not afraid of stepping up to the plate and taking a big risk. Also a card of Aries, so there's a lot of cardinal energy coming through. This is extraordinarily powerful in terms of creation too. So whatever she sets her mind to is likely going to happen. 10 of coins probably going to happen, okay? Now I think you're setting the ball in motion with this page of coins. 7 of coins, feeling of dissatisfaction and feeling like, you know what, this isn't good enough, I'm just going to do more. So you either experiment with new avenues, new channels, new modalities to make money, new ways of attracting a partner. You know, you're trying different things. And because of this experimentation, you are inviting in, right? I think there's a lot of courage coming through for you guys. And the courage that you're exhibiting, the universe just loves. It's like, great, yes, let's change this patterning. You need to be patient, right? Coins are very slow moving. So while the 10 of coins is showing up here, it doesn't necessarily mean that, boom, all of a sudden you're going to be like a millionaire, right? Or boom, all of a sudden you're going to have this family with this big legacy or whatever. But at the end of the day, having the patience, it's about the process of getting to the 10 of coins, which I think you're really going to enjoy. It's about the process of throwing things at the wall and seeing what works. The universe is going to kind of breadcrumb you and be like, yes, that works. And it's going to be small little things, little comments from people, little income opportunities, little promotions, those kinds of things that are going to indicate to you that, yes, you're on the right track. Don't stop doing what you're doing. It's this feeling of dissatisfaction, though, that's really important. So pay attention to that, because some people may dwell here and miss out on all of this. So if you sit here and you're dwelling and you're so focused on like feeling so dissatisfied and feeling so you know, like not good enough or whatever, then you're just kind of cutting yourself off from the abundance. It's like literally at your fingertips. Okay, so don't be afraid to try new things. If it's a dating scenario, like go buy that new dress, you know, try that new style out. If it's a money thing, if it's a new business thing, like just try it. You're never going to know until you try. And honestly, no one cares. I like the Libra, but the problem here is that you may be overly concerned with what people think, but the Queen of Wands doesn't care, right? She's just like, whatever. So again, a little bit of a dichotomy between you and yourself almost. All right. Ooh, new moon. Well, I think we got all new moons. So weird. I sat here and shuffled for like 20 minutes for all these cards, and we get all new moons. So anyway, new start is coming. Great. Yes, new start. Page of Coins. We already kind of know that. So I think you can feel it. You know, you can feel the newness and the novelty coming into your life. You can feel the growth. You can feel the opportunities coming your way. And, you know, you might as well just embrace it. Just embrace it. Leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. Absolutely. We do need to remember that. It can be hard to remember that sometimes. That the universe loves courage, but we have to be courageous first. Right? That's the first step. That's the first thing. We have to actually take the risk. She's very risky. This not so much. But they're both creation oriented. So create, create, create. That's the message for you guys. 100%. Make that piece of artwork. Start that Etsy store, you know. Buy that building. Go to that bar you're afraid to go to because you think the guys are too whatever, right? Like do the things that are really scary because there's payout. Either you're going to learn something about yourself that will be valuable, or it's really going to take you to a new place, all right? By the book. Now, this to me tells me someone who's trying to always do something by the rules. They're even kind of limited by the rules. Now, you're following suit. Now, this doesn't mean you're copying other people. What you're doing is you are following the path of the legends, right? I'm getting a quality of legacy here. So there's something being passed down, something passed down that works. From the matriarch to the younger elephants here. There is a certain way of creating abundance for yourself. And there are people out there who teach this, who talk about it, right? Whether it's on YouTube or a motivational speaker or a spiritual leader that you love, right? There are concepts that are being passed down generation by generation. That is by the book. That is going to afford you the opportunities for growth and success, okay? When I say by the book, it doesn't mean doing it the way everyone says you have to do it, but it means do it the way that you know works because it's worked for so many other people, okay? A lot of people are going to have a lot to say this month because it's Virgo season and everyone is being super critical right now and they're trying to, you know, tell everyone what to do. But you don't follow that kind of book. You follow the book that's been proven. Proven by ancestors, proven by the legends. All right? This is a time for you to get inspired. This is a time for you to step up to the plate and be like, okay, universe, I am freaking ready. Okay? Oops, I dropped it. Hold on. All right, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. I actually really like that with the Leap card because the universe is giving. The universe has mercy. It's almost as though when you are courageous, the universe has mercy on you and like gives you a break, you know? Don't be afraid or don't be stringent with your giving. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to deal with energy vampires. It doesn't mean you have to be compassionate toward people that really hurt you. Okay, I mean, well, you can still be compassionate, but it doesn't mean you have to get sucked dry by those people. Okay, the energy of the universe is merciful. You must understand the flow. It's not about take. It's a give and take between give and receive. Okay, it's the push-pull, the Libra balance between the two energies there. So make sure that you are giving, make sure you are advising, make sure you're telling your story, make sure you're helping people, make sure that you are donating money or whatever it is. Make sure, okay, make sure. All right, and then the last card we have is the Zebra card. This is one of my favorite cards because, especially with the Libra energy actually, because it's such a fun, like kind of crazy, very unique energy that you bring to the table. You're fun, you're unpredictable, you're adventurous, curiously unique, and maybe even a little bit magical. I love how the third eye is sort of has that, you know, all the color spectrum going on there, because I suspect this new initiative or all this experimentation that you're about to take on is going to be beneficial for the long run, right? The long haul of your overall life goals. There's higher level consciousness here. Like, you can expect to have your mind expanded. Now, there could be someone coming into your life who helps you to attain this higher consciousness, okay? I also am getting a feeling of humanitarianism. All right, I'm getting the animals here, the zebra, and this is always about, to me, there's a component of philanthropy, and also the Queen of Wands I often see as the philanthropist, okay, even animals here. There might be something that would be, like, you might want to do something to help the planet, or to help animals, or to help salvaging the rainforest, or something like that, whether it is just donating funds or something along those lines. That would be something I would highly recommend. Even just giving your consciousness to something by, like, recycling, if you live in a town that doesn't really have a lot of recycling, or purchasing certain products that, you know, like bamboo toilet paper or something like that. Shifting your consciousness in that regard is also a form of giving, right? When you give back to Mother Earth herself, when you give consciousness to the earth itself, that is a form of giving too. So don't take that off the table, because that's absolutely an option for you. But I think September is going to be a growth phase, like a really exciting growth phase. Don't be afraid to experiment, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for everything. I'm so grateful for you. Have an excellent month. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.